Hey guys, it's Saturday, September 13th. I have a couple cameras. The batteries are going dead on. I need to get out there and get those batteries changed out. So why don't you guys come along with me? Never know what we'll see while we're out there. All right, so we made a pit stop at one of my tree stands. I noticed the pull cord that I used to pull the rope or pull the gun and crossbow up into the stand is rotted. It needs to be replaced. So I'm gonna put on my harness to get up there and get that changed out while I'm up here, because I may be hunting out of the stand next week during the early antlerless season. So get my harness on. I've learned the hard way that I am not invincible, nor am I too cool to wear a harness. After falling out of a stand a couple years ago, I was very fortunate to just sustain some very minor injuries and bruises. So that's something I'm not ever gonna do again. So we'll get that on, we'll get that rope changed out, and then we'll move on to getting the batteries. So as you can see, the string is broken. It's coming off the stand. It's wrapped around some sticks, and it comes down, wrapped around that branch multiple times, but the clip that goes on the end of it is gone. So I'm just gonna cut that rope. It's an old one. I'll replace it with a new one. So we'll get up there and get that done. So we're in the stand. I have the string replaced now. Just enjoying the view up here. It's actually very pretty. It's got a great view across the field along the creek. You can actually see trails through the beans where the deer are coming in. There's a trail, a very heavily used trail that goes right through here. It goes over to that peninsula over there. So been getting a lot of pictures. I have a camera right down there, and then you can see where they've been coming through. So I'm hopeful. If nothing else, it'll be nice to sit up here and watch. Because even if I don't get anything close enough to shoot at, I'm sure from here I'll be able to see some deer. So looking forward to next weekend. So let's move on and get those batteries changed out. All right, now that we're back on the ground, the camera that we need to change the batteries on is on the other side of this peninsula. So we are going to cut straight across that bean field, and we'll get those batteries changed. There's one brave woodchuck. How you doing, buddy? There you go. This camera's the one we moved last time we were out here. You can see the, I don't know how well you can tell, but beans are pretty trampled down out here. A lot of tops chewed off. A lot of tracks. Look at that bare spots out there where they've been eating. And then I got my tripod right over here, which I think I ranged it at about 35 yards. So I get pictures of pretty much every night, and usually all night long, of deer in here eating, usually every evening, sometimes 10, 12 at a time. So I think they come out right in this area here. So we'll be looking forward to sitting in this spot during bow season, especially. The camera's right down here that we need to replace the batteries on. We'll go get that done. So right in there is the camera we need to change the batteries on. It's a nice little tree right here. Every year this whole area gets destroyed during the rut, and it just turns into one giant scrape. The bucks will come down this edge of the property and just mark it up one after another. So I'm looking forward to seeing that. Now, like I said, my tripod is right over here, so hopefully I'm in a good spot. Looks promising, and we'll see. We'll get those batteries changed out and move on. All right, battery change was a success. Got some fresh batteries in. Turns out that was the last of my batteries. I'll have to get some more of those. So it's time to try to get out of here. It's really hot. It's in the mid 80s today. Last week was in the 70s, low 70s. so it was quite nice last week, but it's getting warm again. I'm kind of hoping to see a cool off again before next weekend's early antlerless season, but we'll see. We'll make it work either way. So stick with me. We'll head back to the truck. Oh, walking back, I noticed some nice buck signs in here, some fresh rubs. These weren't here last time I was out here. This little peninsula. I've seen a lot of pictures of bucks in it and around it in the last few weeks, so as you can tell, it's not real wide. You can see daylight through it. It's maybe 40 yards maybe wide, but it's jets right out in the middle of this field, about 150 yards, and the bucks like to use it as a travel area. They like to come through here and tear it up during the rut especially, but we're already starting to see some signs of rubbing activity, so that's good. Kind of makes things a little exciting when you start seeing stuff like that. So we're at that point of the peninsula, that same one we were just walking down. There's droppings all over the place. Some more rubs. You can see it's all matted down in here. So there's been a lot of traffic coming through here. Here they come right through the bean field, so it's encouraging. All right, thanks for coming along with me. We're back at the truck now. It's a nice long walk. It's always fun to get out there and see what's moving, what kind of new deer signs we're seeing out there. Camera shows me a lot, but it's amazing how many deer walk right by the cameras and you never even realize it until you see the deer signs out there. They don't always walk in front of the camera. Sometimes they walk behind the camera. So you don't see everything. It's always nice to get out there and actually walk around. And I'd like to do a lot more walking, but I really don't want to jump the deer out of here. There's not a lot of bedding area for them, and more activity out there, the less likely they are to want to come back out here and hang around. So I just try to come out when it's hot in the middle of the day, do what I got to do, and get back out of here before they start moving again in the evening. But again, I appreciate you coming along with me. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see what next weekend. You can come out and during the early antlerless season see what we can get. Thanks. Bye.